Hello, be heard. Alright. Not sure if I can be heard right now, but let's hope so. Alright, let me get this game open. We playing Tavern Talk. Okay. There we go. Hopefully everything can be seen okay. Your mic feels very far. Oh. Let me see. Maybe it's not connected to the right mic. Alright. How's this? How's the stream volume, by the way? How's the stream volume, by the way? Wait, why is slow mode on? Hold up. We don't need slow mode. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize it was on your feed. Anyway. Do not know why the chat's not showing up. Hold on. Mic sounds like it needs to be turned way up. Alright. Nee. How's this? Don't want to turn it too high yet. True. I just do not know why the chat won't show up. Ugh. Hold on. Shit. Okay. Oh. Man. Why is it? Damn. Hang on. Wonder if there's... Ugh. Struggle. Does this work? Nope. Live, laugh, love. Me when I can't figure out the chat. You still sound super quiet? Alright. Is this? No, that's just me. Why is that just... Hold on. check out my mic settings or volume settings. Audio. Mic. Okay. Yep. 5th. Oh. Is this better? I just owl noise. Put this up. How's this sound? Good, maybe. A little, whatever you did, just do it more. Alright. Let's try 200. Alright, how's this? Hello! We're testing sound right now because I am not sure how it sounds. Still a little quiet, but we can hear you. Let me see if I can turn it up even more. You're way lower than game audio? Okay, let me turn down the game audio. Turn up. Like way quiet? Okay, hold on. The game audio. Turn up. How about now? Testing. Struggling to figure out how to make this chat work. Maybe... Wah. I don't know how overlays in YouTube work. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out right now. Let's hope this works. If I put this in. I don't think it's like Streamlabs. Love the overlay, thank you. There we go. Okay. Now I just need to just make it smaller. Or... Hold up. Maybe... There we go. Oh, still doesn't fit. Yippee! Yeah. Cool. What are you using to stream? I'm just using OBS. Also, is the mic quality or the mic volume better now? Streaming straight from YouTube or streaming YouTube through Streamlabs? Or streaming YouTube through OBS. Alright, but can I be heard well over the game now? Because if so, still kind of quiet, but it should be okay. Alright, let me... You know what, we're gonna try 300%. Okay, I don't... Hope that works. Not sure if it does. But... Game time! OBS is more complicated but better overall. I use Streamlabs and is more beginner friendly, but it's decent. You sound more clear. Okay. Cool. That sounds better? Alright. Make sure this is capturing the right game. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just need a game up game sound, probably like 200. Okay. Tastes good. Around here. Wah. Yeah. Alright, cool. There's a little dragon boy. Okay. Well, let us start it up. Yippee! Oh yeah, I tried that earlier. Okay. Yeah. Hey then.
Once upon a time in a world far, far away. In a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia, not that far away, there was a tavern. My tavern. A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
Yippee! Hiya, Innkeep. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes, yes. All fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go out on an adventure? Even better! I took a walk around the grove, and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic, maybe a gnome. Did it? No, but I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great! I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same amaranthine hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so... Sounds very... exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut. This is so cloudy core for real. That's so healthy. very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts. Walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut, just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? No, I think that counts as a mistake. So what you're saying is you're missing some spice? Oh, no, no, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. Ah, oh, that's what you meant. Well, yes. Yes, exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. Unlike a bland soup. So a classic case of boredom. I see. Do you know that feeling? When nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun? Zesty. Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater, or a gala. Arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? Yes, I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights, and of people, and of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing. But what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I've never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to the song I started writing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. Sounds like a pretty good song opening to me. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps it has a nice flow to it. But nothing actually happens in it, because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. I've never met one. Taxes, maybe? No, I don't think so. I would love to sing about the exciting, magical things I encounter. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a drinkle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer if you didn't. Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a Swiss strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a featherlight nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly I want a Swift Strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how to make your drinks. Could you show me? Yes. Really? Yes. What should I do? Do I need to put on apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. Oh. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. So this is what it looks like back here. Hello, Andu. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked of me, I browse my recipes. Can you just freehand mix or something to see what sticks? No, I like to mix and match, but for a more varied result, but the right recipe is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I've settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with a sponge, or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink, for any other reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to Andrew. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making the drink. You've got this. Alright. Yippee! Drink making time. Swift strike. Be on the leaf. Be a leaf on the wind with a swift strike. This must have for any dexterity-devoted adventurer. Grants you agility, speed, and remarkable accuracy. Oh, and a tasty drink. With an order this delicious, you'll exceed any dwarf's kill count in no time. Alright. Interesting. Oh. So a lot of this one. Or not. Did it add it in? I cannot tell. Does not seem like it. Hold up. Was it not? Oh, there we go. Alright. Okay. And then this one. Yippee! Wow, it actually does teleport. Of course it does. What did you think was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. I see. Well, give your creation a taste. That's delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared that they'd be the end of you? Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but... But what? Never mind. Oh, hello. How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken hurt? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Okay. Spoken hurt. Yippee. You know what? I do want to see how Andu eats. Oh. Alright. And then a little bit of this one. Oh, that did not nourish. There we go. Hooray! This should be digestible, maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of the banshee that haunting the lonesome lagoon at night, and her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Alright. The brooding type, I see. Ah. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We're rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. Or the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes. No. Not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure. Boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. My home. But there's nothing wrong for going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the grove, as well as my sisters. I think I'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Let's stop baking then? I think so, yes. What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. For your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Oh. It's nighttime. Hello. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeep? Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure? Name's Carolyn. You can call me or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Lynn. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You did a thing with the quests, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Ugh, no quests for me. But I have one for you, or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tiergan. Triggering. Terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south in Everett. Been wondering if the same one, just moving up like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. Ugh, you mean the one with the vampires? Think so. Nah, that just splits society into two camps. Team werewolf or team vampire? Which one are you, Innkeep? I don't know. Which one do you guys think would be cooler? Let's go with werewolf, I guess. Is it the fur or the pecs? Neither. Questionable experiences with the other camp more so. I'm itching to ask for details. I'm not answering this. Why not? Don't. How about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, that's why I asked. Keep guessing. Has anyone ever told you that you could pass as a werewolf? Yes, all the time. At least twice a day. My downside of looking for a wolf is getting mistaken for one. I see. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. My lawyer has advised me not to answer any questions. Fair. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragon. Would feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? I can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, that hag got coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that southern werewolf, yeah. Right. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works? On any dog, trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Care, Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Carolyn, Care, or Lynn. Gotcha, Lynn. Hi, Chief. Got a name, or is it just in keep? Just in keep for now. Plan hard to get, I see. Well, in keep. Then before I venture on, you got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful. Something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered-down muck instead. Alright. Lots of strength. Southern Brawler it is. Come on. Ah. Okay. It's nice that it doesn't throw away the entire thing. Hooray! A drink with 0 water, as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving, thanks. Where will you be headed from here? Perhaps back west, to the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will you? Nope. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself? Something like that, yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. Certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just gonna open wounds you stapled shut. Or at your face. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation. And I'm ending it. Alright, well then. If you find any more rumors from me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf. Don't do groups. But sure, for more work I'll be back. I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them to go to waste. Fine. I guess I got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. This is where I sort all the rumors I've collected. I also keep them written down in my journal, so I don't forget. Smart. Think the next step would be assorting the matching snippets on your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select that quill of yours, and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Lynn. Put on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. Alright. Wolf is probably previously been seen. Oh wait. The Vulcan told me werewolf, potential threat. Alright. Cool. A werewolf on detours. A reticent Vulcan passed by the Wayfarers Inn, reporting a werewolf making their way up to Tregerin from Arrowvay. They pose a potential threat to both helpless sheep and the villagers. Apparently werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on this quest and save Tregerin from this werewolf mayhem? I like the drawing of the wolf. Aww. Hey, it's Fable. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Triggern? Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even, preferably one who's good with a bow. One who tells me they want a quest. Ah, I'm good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And then I know my way around the woods. I know, Fable. And maybe I want the quest. Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern, and the quest practically jumps out at me, and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And the werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they're also human. But you've talked to humans before. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year. And they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. Then, I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? I have to go on the quest. And I have to fight the werewolf. Or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Cause what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And then what if, when I try to shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead, because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. Maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yes? You want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes a decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What does slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only the slimes. Ah, maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest, it seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well... I do want to go on that quest, werewolves may not be the best muses, but it'll make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic, fable, the protector of the woods, the worlds, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start thinking more deeply about what might happen, my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Relatable. Like the Mary Morgan incident, or my first encounter with the Amaranthan Hydra, or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. Oh. The Mara Morgan incident? Yes, the Mara Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank God word didn't get around. It was my very first adventure, the chance to finally escape from the daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on the way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night, and the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So they wanted guidance from a local ranger, merchant up in Trigger, and recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure! Yay! I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So of course it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never got lost in the woods before, but this time I did. I couldn't see well, there was blood rushing in my ears and I felt dizzy. So for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Maramorgan. You know of the Maramorgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men? Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when the dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in an adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of a wyvern chimera that resides in the Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventures. But you didn't. But I didn't. Your first encounter with the Hydra? Well, just a day after it arrived to guard the portal to that dream plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it has fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthan Hydra. And I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to have it around. And how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits, then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past." Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as the Leviathan sea. All chimeras hate mice. All hydras love tea. I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthan Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest. Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left. And I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know that I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out, that's just how it speaks. I want a tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it hadn't needed an antidote, it would have died. Would-haves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. I suppose you have a point. Why does no one want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had just been once. Seems like my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming, and they make for a nice bouquet, you know. Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the weeping amaryllis. Now guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby, all day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. I'm sorry, that sounds horrible, Fable. It was! Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. There's nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if they're the wrong flowers. Imagine if I had offered them to adventurers, or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting other flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have made for a good story to laugh about together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me, or at me. Maybe they would laugh with you, if you choose not to run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that haven't actually shown you such a thing yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. That would be nice. Innkeeper? Yes? Do you like spending time with me? Yes, Fable, I do. No, not really. Yes, Fable, I do. Really? Of course. Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please never stop coming around. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you. That's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. You better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. Anyhow, you seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. But how can I not be? When everything I touch falls apart. You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Cloudy pun? I know, right? Everything grows around me, but I just seem to get smaller. Except zucchinis. Can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You have to find that out then. Like, on a quest. For example, don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't, and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. So, what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2, and who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. And besides, if it's the perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I am a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away really quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I, Babel, a great gardener and a future hero. Charmer of nymphs. I'm going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes, good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet, so that the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy? Perhaps it's just a hungry lost lichen after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we can even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I'll leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe, and please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. Alright. Are we making something for charisma or speed? I feel like charisma could be interesting. Having her talk to the wolf or the werewolf. Let's do that. Dexterity, I think. You wanted to run? Faster speed. Ah. Dang. Cloudy is a non-violent gamer. You know it. Given that pep talk. Alright. Let's see how it goes. Maybe I'll save. So I can come back later and choose the dexterity route. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. But barming. No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There are a lot of farmers in Tregerin. And I'm gonna protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You got this, Abel. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday. And how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest. So? I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seem like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us? Exactly. Thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with them next time. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. You got this, Fable. I hope Fable will be alright. Wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. It's this guy again. You again. Me again. And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yes, I get it. Could you try being more specific? That spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Away. More spoken heart. Here we go. A spoken heart, just for you. Maybe it will help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. Oh dang. The slimes. Careful! You'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Ugh, not another one of those empty blabblers. Would you prefer a different line? Let's see. Hail and well met, travel adventurers. Would you like to try me drinks? No, that feels wrong somehow. Could try the one where you just serve drinks quietly. I'm fresh out of that one, sorry. Thought so. You're planning to try and peer into my backstory? Probably. Ugh, I'm warning you. I'm very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Wow, okay, that's mean. Why are you ignoring me? Not you. The innkeep. The innkeep is ignoring me? Not in the slightest. Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. I see. That thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? What thing? Ah, my cape! Your cape? That's not his cape. That green fella on his shoulder isn't his, or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye. Pretty tough to clean it off. May I ask how that happens? You just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story in your names? Yes, I love stories! Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I'm Sir Alphonse Louis Frederick Duquette Dusong. What the frick? It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood! Or if you're out, I would settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. Alright. Interesting. Lots of red. Yay! Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as a chaser, you could let me have a bite? No. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Raya Fosgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah, Skip. Just serve me something strong. Something that feels durable. Tough like a mountain. Or the caves of her. One of those frosted lagoons not close enough. Coming right up. Dang. Bit rude. Yippee. Frosted Lagoon. A taste of her. Just for you, valued customer number 2. Oh, are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you're many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine, guess you've earned it. Alright, picture me, deep in the mountains of Dolvamer, with my trusty axe and a good drink by me side. There I was, minding me own business, digging for the good stuff, you know? Hit a gold vein earlier and deeming myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. And a real big old pile of gold. Then suddenly, this big ooze comes along and slurp! Gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now. It's nearly sunrise. And? The sun kills you. Oh, right. Did that ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurped me gold, I had to do something. So I took my shovel, and dug, and hit, and dug, and hit, until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So, did you dig out your gold? Silly food. She dug out me. And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold? Oh, yes. A big gold nugget. Should be enough to get me to Baruvia. And perhaps it can get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. We did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Baruvia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder, where in life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put me capes? Where? In a wardrobe! Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land? What? No. Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. We could? Phenomenal. I could put out a quest for you, but we'd need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Baruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought? Of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore to the cape to? My wedding. Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampire Countess Evelyn, residing in Merrow Castle? That would be her. Congratulations. Are you still married? Ugh, of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Spit it out, leech. Oh. What? My cape! Ah, rats. Here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little mean, vicious, beautiful beast. Her. That thief of thieves robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No. I had taken that out centuries ago, but my cape, I would never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps Innkeeper, that's your name, right? Sure. Do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there, brave enough for me to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think we can find an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where do you think a brave adventurer could find? Where could a brave adventurer find Merrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn, Queen of Darkness, Temptress of Men, Flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. And she may be invisible now. Alright, I think I got everything I needed. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly, another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. More drinks. Same lagoon one. Here we go. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. Got it right again. I might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No. I cannot drink now that I'm consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here you were complaining about having a walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. My back's all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh right, Innkeeper. Do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin? I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me. My Aunt Mathilda used to harness the power of a chimera's saliva for sun protection. A chimera? A thing, a beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads as well. And all. Made by the dragons to guard Gaia. Likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware. I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. Ah. If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves, I could have asked it for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal. Oh nay, forget it, it ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem. I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? as soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds, especially that part. Splendid! Did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Say, Innkeep, while we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room for 2? Possibly a room without sunlight. I don't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing. Got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real person one day. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. Fun. Alright. Not the S. Oh my god. Okay. Vampire's Cape. Alright. Hey there, Evelyn! On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at the wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape, but beware, she might be invisible. Cool. There's the Chimera. So it's okay. Until sunrise, deep in the Quag Mangrove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are a valuable treasure to any alchemist, its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer, or mouse, brave enough to confront the beast, the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva? Very fun. More feeding Andu. Alright. 59th of the week. My shipments of infusions have finally arrived this morning, and I have access to some fake crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later, when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Yippee! New recipes. So... Innkeep. A drink for me and this Linky Bell. It's good to see you too, Lynn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No. Alfie was here to prevent that. It's Fable. What up? Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think they're confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Lynn. I didn't. Was there by chance? They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon. Of the quest, Fable. Right, the quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Trigon right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wild fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank God, you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you could do if you turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay. I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer, and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was gonna eat it, so I summoned up all my courage, and I stepped out of the shadows, and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put the sheep down." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me, alright. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing to do is greet them? A polite person. Or an insane one. It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. It wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a what? The confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked why. And I said, well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice. And she asked who I was. No, I asked, who are you, a guard? I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. It made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes. Gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear. That olds. Hey, why can't I say that? What the? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Anyways, it was dressed like Uncle Dragon, smelled like Uncle Dragon, fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. I haven't seen that old man in years, just coping about by a joke. That's why the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. Bah. Hey, Steffi. Used to be my uncle's favorite, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Feder. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left, ran away, without a word, left us and Uncle Feder behind, worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him, and was all their savings missing. So I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiots. Did you talk about it with your fists? I tried, but Alfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. Tried to get their attention by stopping them, or by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear, but it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done that, of course, but they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. Maybe. I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. 'Twas. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. Think you could stop two angry wolves? Oh, well, anyway. I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And then that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Carolyn and the miscommunication. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes, and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him the best we could. At the very least, would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would happen, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things, or Wukagen things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, that's stubbornness, and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. Ugh. But they had to talk about it. The silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. I'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first, and apologize to Uncle Feder and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. He got so obsessed with the cure he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that a cure wouldn't change what he'd done. That he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy, no change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of warm trees. When we played charades with them, a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. It sounds like a bunch of... It's real. You're a crescent moose. So, we introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his, lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. but they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they needed to update you on everything nonstop. Would think they live here or something. Had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves. Ah. Said something about it being for you, Indeed. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? Well... So, a drink. What can I offer you, Lynn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawling. By which I mean, make me the usual. Strength never gets old. Alright. Here we go. Surprise! Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike, back to my senses. I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events. Alright. Speed. Yippee. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're gonna pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as a payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you late. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes, I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm gonna save the world one day? It's a very tall order. Huh. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Carolyn first. But I'd be happy to be the second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Hey, this guy got his hood off. Good evening to you too. This quest, it wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. Seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? Ugh. No, my legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? Huh. I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle. To get the cape. I mean... Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes? It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has? Once. Had a vampire mix there. Interesting. So she was only here that night? Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a lot of makeup on. Below that mask. Sure, yes. Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interest. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about the wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of the Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside, or leave. And anything that tries to, merges into her land in one way or another. There's a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret, or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a map's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed. You must live with the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am one with the shadows, the wind. Gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures. Whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that can also double as decoration. Like the chair. Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. Memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to your doorstep and the cape back to me. Along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? Secrets. Secrets. I have many. Grant me one. I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before. Just yesterday. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. I was so stealthy, spent hours just watching you from afar. That is definitely a secret. cleaned a lot of clothes, served everyone with a smile. Looked so worried after the adorable green one left. Like you thought they might trip straight into a monster's maw. And you're swift with your hands and fast with the knife. Alright, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. Was finally able to unpack them. Fusions. Intriguing. What foul magic do you have to offer? For your purpose, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of the nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible. Eventually, and for a bit. The duration is a little bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you trying to look for today? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be one of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Strength I can do, and some frost armor should help with the fangs. Perhaps the smarter route would be evade her wrath entirely, to outstealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility could help with the staying unseen, should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision, Innkeep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? Now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful of how they interact with other ingredients. They may alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure I keep an eye on the coaster shapes that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Okay. Do you guys think we should have him fight the vampire or run away from it? These drawings are cute. Ooh. I guess let's go with stealth. Oh, they're up here. That's cool. Alright. Let's see, stealth and dexterity. By the swift streak. Alright, oh, we didn't break it. Here we go. And then just need to add a bit of this. Dang. Cool. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Garlic breath? Not quite, but that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something and keep. It's no longer a cry for ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Huh. Good one. Tastes like, not garlic, but just as fearsome. To a vampire. You don't find garlic scary? No, only the absence of it. That makes two of us. Hopefully, this will help me evade her. Not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are swift and quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me. Goodbye, Innkeep. Let's say I pray that the sun may carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall not be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave. Or for a good storm. Farewell. Hey Ray! Welcome to the stream. Or for a bitter end. I'm taking this quest. And a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Ah, fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course, my apologies. I'll make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already said that. Can't stay, but have fun. Good luck. Let's hang soon. Yes, we should. Make me something strong that will wake me up and keep me up to. Wolf Lady Gober. Alright. Strength. Well. Here we go. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of it, too much. Maybe I should call this drink to Carolyn. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. I see it as my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire sunscreen. Couldn't get more reckless than that. Could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be a terrible for your business. Indeed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. Got me thinking. Ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created by the guardians of the protectors of the realm. So, stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you aren't a priest. You do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay. Nervous. Ain't that either. And what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing. I'm asking. Ah. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before. And I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly that easy to find one, or to survive one. Seems like a good opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about the guardian and more about what created it. And maybe a little about the chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimera with dragon's heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Has little keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she left. One day she was just gone. I think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. I like to think she visited one of the dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. But at least she left her savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No. It was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think. But never found a wyvern one in all her years. Would have been nice to be able to tell her the story of when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You've already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So, you like dragons? I do. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting, very magical. They are. Fascinating. And magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic. And their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic. Why not? I like my sword. And my muscles. They're a good combo. They don't really need to rely on anyone. Not even dragons. A little help never hurt anyone. A little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Lynn? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help. It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a bit of the boost for this body couldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy. So I'll need to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Baba used to talk quite a lot about how they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart her with the right play. But I need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of phoenix chili could make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on top of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. Don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Another choice. Alright. Either full intelligence or defense with fire chilies. Phoenix chilies. Maybe the Phoenix chili one. Yeah, let's try the defense one. Here we go. Figured it out. Thanks. Feeling tougher already, and dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take on a dragon like this. Let's stay grounded. How urgent is this sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends not to take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less. That might solve his problems. Might. But when has an easy solution never been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. Yippee. End of another day. Alright. Give me 1 sec, and you'll be right back. Alright. I have to grab some water. All that talking made me thirsty. Hey, Innkeep. Hey, Chrissy. Long time no see. So true. I've been busy hatching. I've been pretty busy this hatching season. A lot to do. Yeah, the birds seem to be slight uproar. Like something is amiss, and I just can't figure out what. Animals often have a sixth sense, you know. They do indeed. Anyway, hand over a drink, will you? Of course. What'll it be this time? Something for the wits again? You know me well. Too well, I guess. That's the curse of being a regular. Eventually I'll have you all figured out. I hate to disappoint you, but you're wrong today. Am I now? Yes. I'm quite confident in the capabilities of my mind and wits. Of course. So, what I'll need instead is something to protect me from the weather or foe, so I'm steeled for any situation. That makes sense. I'll see what I can do. Alright, defense. Oops. Wait, no, it is this one. Okay. Yippee! Liquid steel. Just a bit more digestible. This is exactly what I need for my trip. Where are you headed anyways? Oh, to the island of Boreas. I want to reconnect with some friends at the annual Borean art convention. Isn't Boreas difficult to reach? Not exactly a place known for its population. The convention is especially for creatures like sylvan spirits, trolls, and the like. They also be electing the scariest monster for the next issue of Screech Magazine. That sounds exciting. It'll be a sight to behold for sure, but do you know what I'm most excited about? Gnomes? Gnomes? I've yet to meet a gnome on the Boreas. Ah, they're pretty shy, but they craft cute little trinkets. Always wanted to have one for my tavern. If I run into a gnome, I'll buy a trinket for you. Now that we know what I'd be excited for, how about you? The geysers and hot springs, especially around this time of year when the mornings are still a bit chilly, and the sun tickles the sky on the horizon. That sounds lovely. I'm sure those things will be nice muses too. Bet. I'm bringing an extra set of paints this time, so I don't run out again. I mean, Fable taught me how to make some from flowers and berries, but Borean flora is unsuitable for things like that. Seems like you're well prepared either way. Absolutely. How are the birds doing apart from being in distress? Well, the cinnamon green-cheeked conures are growing up to be such a lovely bunch. I can't wait to release them back into the wild once they're strong enough. With your care, they'll be ready in a heartbeat. I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Merlin along to the convention? Of course. As for the others, I obviously can't take them with me, but I asked Fable to look after everyone. In exchange, I'll teach them how to grow zucchini. Speaking of which, I wanted to leave my keys under their doormat. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta hurry, or else I'll miss my boat. It's quite the walk to the treehouse. And you don't want to have to compensate me for that, do you? I wouldn't mind, but I also don't want you to be late to your convention. Well then, so long and see you soon. Fable's back. Good evening. Good evening, Fable. Did you have a good day? I did. I visited Mr. Dragon and the other werewolves. Told them about Carolyn's quest and the Wyvern Chimera. Oh, so you heard about that? She told me before she left, in case she told me some things to pass on to Mr. Dragons that I can't repeat here. I think she's happy he's back. I think so too. Did you have tea with the werewolves? Of course. We had a grand time together. I mentioned how much fun I had with the moon signs. So they taught me more about the stars and their hidden meanings. Which stars? Both sets. They specialize in Cassiopeia. You know, the night sky constellation on the astral plane and all. But they have one astrologer who knows a lot about the reflections in the pools of the primordial sea. And she promised to teach me about that too. I can't wait to learn about how the sea mirrors, echoes, and distorts the constellations. That's how she pitched it. Exciting, right? Very. That's what I thought. Well... What is it, Fable? I may or may not have finished that little gift I was talking about yesterday. Or rather, that Carolyn was talking about. You know, the little keepsake from my time with the werewolves. Yes, I recall. Reminder of my very first successful quest. I just didn't know if you... I like trinkets. Oh, what is it? It's a piece of embroidery of a constellation. The werewolves taught me how to do it. While the astrologer told us stories and myths about the stars and their twin reflections, I imagined it to be a constellation from a faraway realm. I call it the Little Dipper. Aww. It's cute. Alright. Could also be... Yeah, isn't that the Big Dipper? Oh well. Think it could also be a Big Dipper. A Big Dipper? Last time I checked, stars weren't known to be very small. Do you think there is a world somewhere out there with a constellation called the Big Dipper in the night sky? There might be. Maybe the Big Dipper is part of a larger constellation. A bear, for example. Not the Earth. A bear? Innkeep, I think you might be the one dreaming something up now. Most likely. Are you fond of the stars surrounding us? I do like to watch them from time to time. Oh, really? Do you prefer the stars of the astral or the primordial sea? The astral sea. Really? That's surprising. Then again, you do help people change, just like Cassiopeia. You have to give me your birth data soon, so I can calculate your birth chart. If that's okay with you, of course. It is. I'll write it all down for you. That's great, thank you. I think you may be a double jackdaw, are you? We'll see. We will. Until then, care for a drink to wind down? Or something more zesty, perhaps? A drink, please. I think I figured out how to make my own zest. Happy to hear that, Fable. But drinks... not sure how to make those just yet. Especially with those with the right balance. I'll stop to make the rounds around the grove later. So could you make something... Oh. So could you make me something that will keep me awake and agile? Do you think you know me well enough to guess what I might need? Already on it. Thank you. One moment. Alright. Oh, that car is so loud outside. Hopefully it's not going through the mic too much. Swift Strike. Here. Thank you. This is delicious. You always know what I need. I think you may also need a break, so maybe stay a while before heading back? That sounds like a good idea. I'll just idle here for a bit, if that's okay. Always. Enjoy your rest, Fable. Thank you. Greetings, Innkeep. Greetings, Kyle. Greetings, green creature. Greetings, Mr. Vampire. Oh, how polite. Are you enjoying your drink? I am, thank you. Then I shall leave you to an inspiring aftertaste. Innkeep, say, did you move your inn in by any chance? It took me hours to find it. I did not. Are you sure? I believe new alleyways may have formed themselves around your establishment. With winding paths and dark corners. Anything could be hiding within them. Like a vampire? No, silly snack. I don't need to hide. Except during games of hide and seek. I am very good at those. Maybe the inn wanted to play around with you. Perhaps, but it underestimated my skill. As a 3-time hide and seek world champion, I would never lose to such a youngling in a inn. It's not that young. The wood isn't even rotting yet, dear Innkeep. It still has many aeons ahead of it. I like the sound of that. As a celebration of a match well won, may I offer you a drink? Yes, I think that would be well deserved. Has that delicious blood of yours made it onto the menu yet? Not yet. Shame. Then I shall have some of that faux blood again, please. It does make my bones feel more sturdy. Coming right up. Or strength ones. Forgot what was. Okay. Hooray. Some faux blood for your bones. Enjoy. Ah, this is perfect in keep. The only thing that would make me happier would be a drink lovingly titled the Innkeeper's Veins. Keep drinking, Count Dracula. Speaking of dreams, how's the retrieval of my kid coming along? Swimmingly. Well, actually, I think there's very little water involved. I wouldn't be so sure. My dear Evelyn has a beautiful pond filled with long-toothed spine guppies in her courtyard. It's her pride and joy. I would hope no one is swimming in that. But I have sent someone on your quest. I'm sure he'll return soon, and you and your cape will be reunited. Marvelous! Speaking of inseparable teams, where's Rhea? Oh, she's taking the day off. She demanded vacation time, so I said she could choose any day and she chose today. I was going to take a day off and spend her vacation with her. But when I wanted to follow her to the market, my sleeve caught on fire, in my hand, and my hair. So I was forced to stay back due to my allergies. The weeping amaryllis pollen is very bad this time of year. And the sun. The sun is also bad for vampires. It is? Yes. Right. I need sunscreen. It's in the works. Did you get to see the market later? I did. It was beautiful, colorful, and full of music that would make anyone's heart dance. But I couldn't find Rhea anywhere, so I felt a little lonely. Luckily, I managed to make a new friend in no time, very tall and brooding, just how I like them. I inquired if I could try on his dark armor of Swirling Shadow and Onyx Bone, but he said if I tried to take it from him, he would turn me to ash. What a jokester! Dark armor of Swirling Shadow and Onyx Bone? Yes, a true connoisseur of fashion. He's just visiting, he said. It's some great crepe recommendations. Plum crepes with ash sprinkles? Yes, they tasted deliciously dead. I see. I hope you enjoyed your evening together. We did, though I feel like he asked something of me. I promised I would remember. Perhaps he wanted my cape? Many people want my cape. Perhaps. But I would have never agreed to that. It is my cape after all. Maybe he wanted my Posca recipe? Is it good? Very much so. Then I'd like it as well. Oh, yes, you. Me. He asked me about you. Me? Yes. He said he's an old friend of yours. He was very curious about how your inn is doing. I sang your praises, of course, so he asked me to deliver you greetings. And congratulations on the well-run establishment. How did he phrase it? Deliver my congratulations on the faux peace your precious innkeep has found in their house of denial. Very poetic if you ask me. Very. If only I can remember his name. Does my description of him ring any bells for you? No, I'm afraid not. Too bad. He must be an old childhood friend. Maybe you went to school together? I heard many friendships are formed in such halls. Maybe. Do you want to tell me more about your time at the market? Well, certainly. I found the loveliest trinkets, like a little stuffed bear with a tiny raincoat and a crescent elder moon necklace. And a gorgeous sun charm as well. I bought it for Rhea as a welcome back from vacation gift. That's very sweet. Your friend brought a delightful raven figure with eyes of starlight. Please don't call him that. We should never deny our friends, even if we don't remember them. I don't remember any of my friends. Alas, I still love them, even if their memory lives only in my heart. Anyhow, he said it was a gift to himself to celebrate the dawning of the month of the astral moon. Oh, I love Cassiopeia so dearly. She is the most beautiful month, is she not? A haven of starlight reflected in the primordial sea below. Only once a year is she this close to us, and only then for a short period of time. To me, she is a harbinger of yearning, and of change. I wonder how it will change this month. I hope to be more capable and sunscreened by the end of it. Maybe even a little less alone. What about you? I like the way I am, but I wouldn't say no to stocking up on more ingredients. Ah, the refusal to change is dangerous. Innkeeper, change always comes to those who deny it the most. By the end of the astral moon, we shall no longer be who we once were. That sounds like a threat. By no means. It may be a promise this morning. Maybe a celebration. Also, could it not? For example, my dear Rhea hated vampires when she met me, and now she likes me. True change can occur before the stars change, it seems. Uh, you are hard to dislike. Sure. Oh, how sweet of you. As sweet as my blood. I have a lot of it. I would hope you do. And it runs warm when people are kind to me. In all my millennia, kindness has always made me the happiest. There is nothing greater than friendship, don't you agree? And nothing more fragile. That makes it all the more precious. That reminds me, I forgot a crucial part of the message. Our dear friend stranger told me that he would like to see you again. He said, what was it? Don't think too hard about it. Ah, of course, the letter. The letter? The polite young man gave me a letter to deliver to you. What a sweet gesture. I shall pass it on to you forthwith. Thank you. Are you not going to open it? No, I don't think now's the right time for a letter. Not enough moonlight. But would it be kind of romantic? Lonely dwelling on the memories of a friend. It would go so well with the fireworks. What fireworks? I have no clue. He said he hopes you enjoy them. Fireworks, doesn't that sound lovely? Hope they aren't part of a private event. I think that would be too difficult to do with fireworks. Ooh. I don't mean to interrupt, but what is a little fawn? Look outside. I think the fireworks have started. Oh, how beautiful! They're falling from the sky. Huh. The town's on fire. Hello, little fireworks. Sparkle on. Uh, those aren't fireworks. They're stars. Alright. Act 2. Might end the stream there, I think. Got some good gameplay in. A decent amount of the story. Let's save. Here we go. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will find another time to stream this more. Let's see. Quit. Here we go. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. See you guys when I stream next time. Probably. Actually, I don't know. I'll make an announcement or like a community post about it. W stream, thank you. Alrighty. Bye bye for now. See you next stream.